This millionaire is saying that it's now easier than ever to become a millionaire. Let's watch.
You can become a millionaire faster than ever because of AI.
Ever. They've joked in the AI community, there's going to be billion-dollar companies with one employee. That will happen because the doing is going to be done.
The future belongs to directors, not doers.
100%. I have a rule that if you can't get AI to do 92% of your work, then you're not the guy for me. What's the skill? It's the director. It's not the doer.
What would you say is like the biggest reason why people don't do that?
When you think about your bank account and achieving $1 million, yes, there's strategies and tactics, but it all comes down to like, do you actually believe you're worth it? I know a lot of really talented people that can like write AI code that don't make a lot of money because they don't believe they deserve more. Your bank account is a reflection of your beliefs. Your income will never surpass your self-worth.
Somebody's like, all right, I got to work on my belief, my self-belief, my self-talk, like what I think about myself.
That's my favorite thing.
How do I do that?
It's very simple. It's
On this podcast, you have Dan Martell sitting down with Omar, and he gives away so many gems, but this is the most replayed part on this podcast for a reason. You don't want to miss this. Listen to what he says.
Okay, it's the nerdiest website. It's essentially a marketplace of all the language models and frontier models and all these crazy like vector database, like really nerdy AI stuff.
Marketplace.
Where all the nerds hang out. Mm-hmm. And I'm seeing the research labs and what they're putting out for generative video, generative language, generative insights, all these crazy models. So when I see that future and I go to my finance guy, Jared, I was like, bro, there's no world where the whole financial workflow of every business, I'm talking all of it, is done by a person in the future. Like we either do it to ourselves or it's going to happen. Yep. Somebody's going to create it. I would love for you to lead that. Can you lead that? He's like, oh, geez, how would I do that? And I was like, guess who you should ask?
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
Take your how question to chat.
Go to chat and I just show them like you can actually ask it to write the code to integrate with Zapier, to process your inbox, to pull out every expense report, to generate the report, to send the business intelligence, like to do all the stuff that creators don't want to do anyway.
Wow.
And
so good.
You got to be a director. That's what I told them. You all have to be directors. Stop with the doing.
You got so good at talking and communicating, and I feel like you and I love that you always bring it up. You were a coder. Coders are just
introvert, didn't want to talk to people. That's why I fell in love with software.
Yeah.
This is my safe place.
I mean, how did you as an introvert, number one, prioritize the importance of public communication. And actually the art form and getting clear at speaking?
As an entrepreneur, this will help you out a ton in your business venture because you need to become good at communicating. If you can't bring ideas from within and display it to the entire world, this is my vision, who's going to believe in it? Who's going to invest in it? It doesn't make any sense. You're watching me doing this video right now, freestyle, off of the top of the head, and it comes through practice. So maybe start that YouTube channel, start that business because you're only delaying your own success. But watch, it gets deeper and it gets better. Keep listening.
It's a beautiful question. Again, I'm going through the timeline of my life, and it's this very phasic, like, oh, Dan, you're so dumb. Why did you say that in that meeting? Like, just again, it's the world will show you we're not free. So every time I got off a sales call and they didn't buy, I had to be honest with myself. Like, you talk too much, or you didn't ask this question, or you didn't tell a story of a customer you won for, or somebody else is a better persuader, better influencer. So like it started with sales. I think sales, I consider sales an art form. I think it's a beautiful place to start, especially for me. I had to. And I remember I sucked at it so bad that I made a commitment to myself to drive 2 or 3 hours a night listening to CDs of sales leaders. I started with I think it was the Chet Holmes, The Ultimate Sales Machine, to Og Mandino, the greatest salesperson in the world, to, Brian Tracy. Like I just went through like exposing myself to the language of sales. And I had this old 1987 diesel Jetta, and I would just drive and spend like, $5 in diesel fuel and listen because I had ADHD, so I couldn't read. And I think the sales part started it. And then after I sold my company Clarity, I was in San Diego and my buddy Travis said, you should start YouTube. And my immediate response was I attacked him and shut him down. I said, dude.
What year was this?
Yeah, this was a decade ago. This is 10 years. So I'm 34. Let's say I'm 34. And I go, dude, I'm 34 with 2 kids. Like, I'm not going to be dancing and doing YouTube videos. And he's like, bro, I'd listen to you. And I was like, well, you and my mom. So like, I'm not. And like, I attacked him. But then, like I said earlier, I thought about it and I go, oh, where are you not free? Why does that give you so much anxiety? And then it occurred to me at that point, and this is after like multimillionaire, very successful, I go, my next level is learning how to communicate. I can't, like, there's only so many one-on-one meetings I can have, so many pitch meetings, partner meetings, fundraising, which can create a lot of success. But the next level is learning how to make a point, use a story, teach a lesson at scale. And there was no better scale broadcast than the internet and YouTube and video. See, before that, I've been tweeting and blogging because it's safe.
Yeah, sure.
Right? I'm not on camera. But there was something about having a camera in my face. And those first few videos, dude, I was so like awkward. Now. So, and I leave them up. Go look at them. Go and.
Likewise, you go look at my channel, you see when I first started, it was just that awkwardness to it. Even the way I'm communicating right now, being able to stare down the lens of the camera, I wasn't able to do that before. So these are all skills that you just acquire, you know, and once you do acquiring it, these are lifelong skills that will just stay with you. So do start. You're wasting time. He was a millionaire and he still started a YouTube channel to try and better himself. You're not even a millionaire yet. What are you doing with yourself, you know? Fire
yourself. Go see this guy that's just like screaming and fast talking and just so nervous, blotchy red face. But I made a commitment. I literally said I'm going to publish every week for a decade. That's a long time. Like, looking back,
dude, you know
now,
what's crazy? That was Myron's commitment.
What was that?
When he turned 60, I'm going to post a video every week on YouTube for the next 10 years. And I don't care about the outcome.
No way.
That was literally his self-talk.
See, a decade is an interesting time frame because it's so long that you really got to like be sure what you commit to. Yeah. But it would make it unreasonable for you not to be successful. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Like, there was no world where I was like, if I publish every week for a decade, I got to get better, you know? And that was, I would say that became the next forcing function, because there's something about building in public that creates a feedback loop that is more honest.
Yep.
Yeah, you can do it in private, but if you're doing it public, trust me, every insecurity that you have gets highlighted. You find out about insecurities you didn't even know you had that people will tell you about. Yep. You know, and I'm like, what? Do I really have a unibrow? That sucks. You know, like it was just crazy. But it, you know, I wanted to get better at it, so that I changed my content, I changed my feed, I consumed different things. I hired a speaking coach, I hired story coaches. Dude, I still do. I was talking to a story coach the other day. I found this YouTube video. The guy, he didn't even have a big audience, but he got like Philip.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, Philip. What is Philip's last name? Philip Hum, Sam? Philip's last name?
We got like 1 million something views on a
So I saw this video on a storytelling video, and if you watch the video, you can tell, because I've gotten good at hiring people.
Yeah,
I can watch that he understands the nuance of the art form. This ain't bullshit story stuff. This was like, he was talking about reframes and this and language and pulling people, and so I just reached out to him and I paid him whatever. I said, how much for an hour of your time? He didn't even do that. Most people I pay all the time. I like on Instagram. I like that guy. How much for an hour of time? How much for an hour of time? Speed, right? And I'm willing to become the student. I think that is one of the biggest lessons, is if you want to get good at something, humble yourself, become the student, and then do the reps. And that's all it is. And just do enough reps that it would become unreasonable for you not to get better. I mean, Mr. Beast, like I've watched every interview Mr. Beast. I can give you Mr. Beast's book on scaling a media company too. My book, Architect GPT, is pretty rad.
That's wild.
And he talks about it. He says the way you get good at it is do 100 videos, but every time you post a video, make it a little bit better. 1%. Because there's a difference. People hear the 10,000 hours. It's not 10,000 hours of iteration. It's 10,000 hours of repetition. So most people do 10,000 hours of repetition. It's 10,000 hours of iteration.
Yeah, you have to add
It's
stuff.
every time you take shot on goal, you tweak something based on the feedback of the previous shot. If you just keep shooting on a goal, you're not going to get better.
Well,
So that's like just be consistent. No, be intentionally consistent.
It's the nuance. And that's how I got better at communicating. And tactically, I'll give everybody like one of the frames that's really easy. I call it PSL, pumpkin spice latte.
There you go.
It's point, story, lesson. You ask me a question, I go, your personal worth will never outpace, or your net worth will never outpace your personal worth. Here's where I learned that, right? Story, and then lesson. You got to do the work, the inner work. You know what I mean? Like, and now this becomes second nature eventually.
Right.
I don't think about it. I'm with you. I'm not like zero part of my brain when we're talking. I'm like PSL.
Yeah.
But when I first started and I'm doing Instagram, reels or stories, 100% of them, before I start talking, I'm like, hey, what's my point? What's my story? What's my lesson? And then I do it. And it's funny because you can use it for motivational. You can use it for installing HVAC. You can use it to teach people how to work on your car.
My pastor's framework is state, illustrate, apply.
Same. Again, it turns
principles.
out, like these fundamental principles are true.
Yes. No respecter of person.
No. And that's why people are like, oh, did you, I don't know, this whole like remix, where'd that idea come from? Dude, if you think I have a unique idea, you have not studied history.
Nothing new under the sun.
Nothing new.
Nothing new under the
I'm
sun.
a byproduct.
Say it in a cool way.
Say it in the way that you vibe with it.
Yeah.
Like that's like literally, I think people don't honor their authentic voice.
Mm-hmm.
They try to be somebody else, right? I'm like, no. Just say it the way that when you say it, you're like, ooh, bars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like one tactical way that I want people to consider is I have a stories and quotes Slack channel in my company. Anytime I'm talking, any meeting, if I say something that somebody else goes, ooh, Dan, bars. They don't even tell me anymore. They just write it in the Slack channel. And then my head of work, Joel, he uses that Slack channel to integrate it into a script.
Wait, that's crazy because I've always said bars. Whenever I do something sick, or my young brothers, they just say something sick, I'm like, oh, bars, oof, bars. So I'm very surprised that Dan mentions this. And to be completely transparent, this is my first ever time coming across a video of Dan. I don't know who he is, where he's from and so forth, but I love everything that he's saying. I highly recommend you consume the entire podcast and you check it out on Oma's channel. But let's see the comment section real quick. Is that his YouTube channel? Okay, Dalmata, I'm gonna check him out after this. Great interview, brother. I had a blast. Keep crushing it. Freeman is when it took. Okay, cool. The idea there. Dalmata is one of the people I consider to be one of my mentors without talking to him. So these are all very positive comments. The world will show you where you're not free, powerful. Wow. I desperately need AI to summarize the hour of small talk into whatever he did. Yeah, I mean, the comment is great. But on top of the comment, I want to hear from you. What is your perspective? What have you been struggling with? Are you good at communication? Are you not? Have you struggled and said to yourself consistently, I'm going to start a YouTube channel, but never did? Or I'm going to start a business, but you never did? I want to hear from you. Use this video as a statement use it as a target where you write down in the comment section, okay, today I started X business, or I started this. And then this week you can come back to it and use it as something great. Do it before the New Year's start. Be one of those early starters where you don't wait for the New Year's, new me, and then end up failing. Start a habit before the New Year's, because it's going to allow you to carry on through into the New Year's without it feeling like it's something new, New Year's, new me, because you're most likely going to end up stopping it. So let me know that in the comment section down below. Please like the video for the YouTube algorithm. And you, my friend, I'll catch you on the next video. God bless.